Apologies for the air conditioning being turned on right now, but anyway, Loco Profiling episode 34 is here already. Oh yes, and this time we're doing a bit of a first, because this is the first time I'm talking about a steam locomotive from Poland. The country that gave us, Robert Kubica. Look, that's the only famous Polish person I know. Pretty damn awesome racing driver and kind of criminally underrated actually. But anyway, let's just get on to the subject matter for Loco Profiling episode 34. PKP TKh 5374. I don't know why I said it like this, but let's just get into it. Alrighty. Locomotive 5374 is an 060 tank engine, as you can see. Specifically, it's part of the TKh 49 class, though the design was also known as the Fablock T3A. This was because the locomotives were built by Polish train builder Fablock in Szranów, and as for the T3A part, I think it means the following info. T for the Polish word towary, which means goods or freight, so it's a freight locomotive. 3 for being the third in-house steam locomotive design for freight service by Fablock, and A for Austria, because apparently the company's old T1A locomotives of 1927 were built under Austrian license or something like that. Look, if I fucked that up, tell me, but don't be a dick about it. Anyway, this design, which totaled 437 locomotives built between 1948 and 61, was designated as an industrial locomotive, and with a wheelbase of 3,400 millimeters, or about 11 feet and 2 inches, they could negotiate plenty of sharp curves associated with industrial areas. But you lot want tractive effort stats, don't you? I got you, my broskies. 13 bar of boiler pressure, or 188.55 psi. A pair of 460 by 540 millimeter cylinders, or 18.11 by 21.26 inches. And 1150 millimeter driving wheels, or 45.28 inches, which totaled 24,863 pounds of tractive effort. Being Polish steam locomotives that were built into the 60s, it's fair to assume plenty of engines of this class were kept in regular service well into the 1990s. Now as for locomotive 5374, this particular TKh 49 was built in 1959, and after withdrawal from service, it would eventually be one of several TKh tank engines exported in 1992 to the United Kingdom. Some of these, including 5374, went to the Northampton and Lamport Railway near Northampton. But eventually, 5374 would be put up for sale in 2016, being bought by Mark Bellin, who moved the locomotive to the Plym Valley Railway, located in Plymouth, for restoration to operational condition. However, when the repairs on 5374 were completed and the locomotive returned to service in March of 2025, many people were surprised to see that most of the locomotive was painted in a very eye-catching color scheme, that being two-tone green with hot pink, the latter mostly on the smokebox door, steam dome, and the upper half of the cab. And before anybody asks why this was done, please look at the nameplates on the water tanks. Upon the completion of its rebuild, 5374 was given the name Lord Oliver Brown, after a local boy who died in 2019. He was only 11 years old at the time of his death, the cause of which was, please let me get this correct, myelodysplastic syndrome. Maybe I got the pronunciation wrong, but in layman's terms, this is a rare form of blood cancer that affects 4 in every 1 million children worldwide. As a simple act of much-needed kindness, 5374 was given this bright livery because these were Oliver's favorite colors. And on top of that, a few plaques were added to the front of the water tanks, displaying QR codes for people to read his story and to make donations to the Children's Hospice Southwest, who who looked after Oliver in his final years. Given this context, it's a successful livery. Granted, it's definitely out there, but sadly there have been a few closed-minded people who have already expressed their immense dissatisfaction about this. Some people even saying the locomotive looks gay as a result. But come on, lads. It's a Polish industrial switcher, and one of several locomotives of the same class preserved in the United Kingdom. That right there gives 5374 a bit more lenience to be painted up in these colors that don't try to be 100% authentic, or even something that would look a bit more prototypical for the GWR, the LMS, the LNER, Southern, or even British Railways themselves, or any of the Big Four's constituent companies. I mean, sure, there's classmate 3135, named Spartan, preserved at the Swindon and Crickdale Railway, and that locomotive had been running in a simple but effective dark red, giving it pseudo-LMS vibes in my eyes. But with 5374, having it painted up in these bright colors is completely worth giving its promoting an actually good charity. If these kinds of colors were applied to more historically significant steam engines, or locomotives that have accumulated a mass following and preservation, like LNER 4771, Green Arrow, or for an American example, Nickel Plate Road 765, then it's understandable to be pissed off about it. Or look at Lionel, an American company making 3-row O-gauge locomotives, which are often made in non-prototypical fantasy paint schemes, some of which are fantastically disgusting. But again, with 5374, it's just a Polish industrial switcher, preserved in the UK along with a few classmates. As Chris Eden Green put it, sometimes there are moments where the rulebook is worth throwing away for the sake of people. This was most definitely one of those cases.
Get this thing out of my sight!
In fact, shortly after writing this script, I even donated a little bit of money to the hospice myself, partially out of curiosity to see how much money they've already raised. And when Chris made a short video on this locomotive for his Gauge the Issue series, he said that around £10,000 was already raised, and that was back in May of 2025. Hopefully that figure has gone up, maybe even multiplied by a few times. Even a one-off payment of £5, which I did, could help to make all the difference. And if you'd like to make a donation as well, there's a link in the description that'll direct you to CHSW's donation page. Though payment options might be a bit limited, as there's no PayPal option. Oh, and in March of this year, the briefly mentioned Mr. Bellin actually won this year's Steam Railway Magazine Readers Award. Clearly the livery's working!